Hello, hello, this is Paula Jasmine Gonzalez. I got 4 minutes today. So, last time, this is part 3 of how I got into pro wrestling. Last time on the story, I told you up until when I started doing ring announcer. I was already training in Puerto Rico, and then I started doing ring announcing the entrance of the wrestlers, and also announcing the action of the match. Because then in the promotion that I was working, we'll also announce what was happening in the ring, kind of like to mute the sounds so that the wrestler, the fans couldn't hear what the wrestlers were talking in the ring, if there was any talking. Um, so yeah, so that was one of the things. Um, and the place that I used to train, so the ring wasn't like the very best. It was plywood. It was not like the rings up here. It was an old ring. This is me doing a body slam on one of my trainers. You can see the canvas was really bad. We didn't have a lot of money, honestly. Um, but it was my trainer was awesome, and he gave me that opportunity, so I took it. Um, so yeah, so after I started as a ring announcer, about 3 months into training, so I began getting involved into the storyline, and this was a storyline that was going to get me into becoming a wrestler. So the first storyline was that my trainer, he began playing with me, kind of like, harassing me as an announcer. No, I don't like the way that you announce me. I need you to announce me properly. I am this and this, and then we had another announcer that was kind of like leaning to the heel side. So we'll play each other, when we're doing the commentary, and so he began harassing me and upsetting me, and then finally uh, he ended up like hitting me, and then it's like we decided to play that the next time he was going to challenge him. I was going to challenge him for a match, and it was my first match, and I was very nervous about it. I almost hitting my trainer with a botch like drop bot. Other than that, like it was okay. The interesting part, because I was bullied so much in Puerto Rico as during my youth, that that um, because of being bullied, so whenever I was in the ring working a match or something, I would barely feel any pain. Like my adrenaline was so high, and because I started as a face, mostly because that way I could learn how to sell and that kind of stuff. So I started as a face, and I was selling. So I wasn't feeling anything. They could hit me in the back, and I will not feel anything. So my first gimmick, it was interesting. So I did a version of the Big Boss Man, and have a picture here, and I look like a psycho in here because this was before I transitioned. So this is me with the same with the gear. I didn't have money for the gear, so I decided to use the classic Big Boss Man look. I had the Tonfas because I bought them in Puerto Rico in a martial arts store, and I even have one that I bought a few years ago when I went to a stage combat class in New York City. I kept this pair, but the other pair I gave it to a friend of mine. But yeah, I was doing like a Big Boss Man gimmick, and when somebody didn't show up for a show, I began getting his spot more often, and getting more matches, and that's how I got started into in the beginning of the wrestling business. Next time I will talk more about the promotion, what they did was me, and the change that I did